a sense of clarity. I can never be the one for you. Hey, 'cause I feel better in my own world. Trying to be perfect tends to wear me out. And I've been wondering when this road ends. Tired of being hopeless, paralyzed with doubt. It's like I've been walking on a tightrope, trying to change my mind, but I'm too far to quit. And you can keep your shiny light, 'cause I'm in love with diamonds. We're flawless as it is. Flawless as it is. Flawless as it is. When you're young, the world might break you down. Fell off a couple times, but I'm better now. I found my smile, but it took a little darkness and silence in the middle of the night. I learned to take my time with healing up my mind and knowing it's alright. Oh, 'cause I feel better in my own world. Trying to be perfect tends to wear me out. And I've been wondering when this road ends. Tired of being hopeless, paralyzed with doubt. It's like I've been walking on a tightrope, trying to change my mind, but I'm too far to quit. And you can keep your shiny light, 'cause I'm in love with diamonds. We're flawless as it is. Flawless as it is. Flawless as it is. Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. It's like I've been walking on a tightrope, try to change my mind, but I'm too far to quit. And you can keep your shiny light, 'cause I'm in love with diamonds. We're flawless as it is.
So we have a 2K TV challenge this year, and someone has to pick a player and play all-time Anthony Davis on blacktop. So if you had to play your all-time self on blacktop, which player would you choose?
I would say probably a guard. I'm not sure who, but if you pick a guard, you know, they kind of have me a little slow on 2K.
That's what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
Kenyon.
I don't think you go catch it.
And now introducing your Orlando Magic. Starting at point guard at 6'3", number 20, Markel Fultz. Starting at power forward, standing 6'8", number 00, Aaron Gordon. Starting at the other guard at 6'6", number 10, Evan Fournier. Starting at the other forward position, 6 feet 10 inches, number 1, Jonathan Isaac. Number 9 center from USC, Nick Vucevic. Steve Clifford is your head coach. Once again, your Orlando Magic.
Hello and thanks for joining us on Noche La NBA, the NBA celebration of Latin heritage, both among its players and fans. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, the maturity and poise of a young Jayson Tatum has often been talked about. Maybe that's because his parents prepared him for the NBA from an early age in St. Louis. They had pretend press conferences using a hairbrush as the microphone. And you can say he's been groomed for this. And it's paying off. Guys?
Yeah, they dotted every I and crossed every T. David, thank you. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Cantor.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Tucker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Tice in at the 5. And for the Magic, at the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier out there with Fultz, and it's Isaac in at the 3 slot. Well, with the playoffs coming up quickly, Clark's strength of schedule can play a big role as it determines where a team is going to be seated come playoff time.
No, I agree with you in terms of even just making the playoffs sometimes, Kevin, based on where teams are and who they're playing. I mean, those matchups against potential playoff teams that are still fighting for seeding, they can sharpen you up and get you ready. Actually, those games can be playoffs before the playoffs in many ways.
And I always admire the coaches, Clark, that walk their players through the different scenarios because they should be aware.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. You want everything out in front of you. As long as your team is able to handle it, and most of these teams can, I think that's a good point.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete.
No question about it. He's very comfortable in the air. Dunks like that, no problem for him.
Now, here's Fournier. The basket good off the assist from Fultz.
And Fournier has been an absolutely lights-out long-distance shooter. Every season, he's been in the league.
From 18 feet away, and there's the bucket from Tatum.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
And Tatum does a little bit of everything, and he's especially skilled down low. Fantastic at drawing the defense into him and playing off the contact while he's going up for a shot. Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Tatum. And the Celtics rebounding well this summer. From the loss of Kyrie Irving and Al Horford, Kemba Walker possibly a better fit for this team.
And with their young core, understandable that they didn't want to extend Horford out to age 37. A revamped roster, but I think they remain a contender in the East.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Well, guys, you talk about players coming in, and with a huge impact, Jayson Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Where do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum? Stepped right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly, and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
Now, here's Fournier. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. And the shot goes in from Fultz.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Hayward, right side. Here's the 3. Drills the three-pointer.
A tough cover out there. You want to close out hard on Hayward, but you also have to respect his ability to take you off the bounce.
Now, here's Fultz. 14 points from him the last game against Chicago.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
Boy, Vucevic, so solid in all fundamentals of the game, and really an outstanding passer for a big guy.
The shot's good from Gordon Hayward.
Boy, they're on fire right now, cooking with gas, starting this one out 4-5.
Fultz looking around to the middle. And Gordon gets it to go in on the assist from Fultz. 8 points for Aaron Gordon.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here's Fultz. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. And it's Gordon missing. And so it's Hayward with it. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Here's Tatum, tipped away. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. And we've got some time for a look at the 2K leaderboard now. And some point guards who have been very adept at putting the ball in the basket since the All-Star break. In the third spot, Markelle Fultz.
As a point guard, you want to create the best possible shot every trip down the floor. And given the way these guys have shot the ball, it's not a bad idea every now and then for them to go it alone.
Well, they're not going to do that, though. I mean, even as deadly as they are from the field, they're always looking to set up their teammates first.
Boston shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
And you look out there at the Magic, one of the taller teams in our league.
And, that's a philosophical bent for the front office. They want long, athletic players. Draft guys with great length and then develop their strength and skill level. And I actually kind of like that approach. Have a philosophy, stick to it, and be true to it.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Outside Fournier. Passes to Vucevic. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense. You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
The Magic trail by 4. Lob pass to Gordon, and then Gordon with the dunk.
And Gordon taking advantage of the fact that when he gets up in the air like that, nobody's interested in getting in his way.
Brown, the shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got his third assist on the night.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything. And both teams here in a nice rhythm offensively, and that really says as much about the lack of D as it does either's O.
That one drops for him.
Boy, this little fella, Kemba Walker, is a treat to watch, especially when he takes it all the way to the cup. He's got explosive speed and finishes with ease on the drive.
Fultz, the pass to Vucevic. Back to Fultz. And finished off by Fultz.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Here's Fultz. Jayson Tatum picking up that last basket. And it's blocked by Brown, and he recovers it. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Yeah, great hustle from Gordon using his patented vertical to sky up for the board.
Here's Hayward. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
That kind of energy and hustle on the glass usually produces good results.
Pass to Isaac. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Tice. Celtics leading by 4. Here's Hayward. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
And as a wing player, Hayward's just so good at attacking the basket. I think that's a big part of what makes him special. Doesn't take much of an opening for Hayward to make his move.
Now here's Gordon. 12 points for him. Tatum drives in. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Oh, I tell you, when Tatum puts it all together, he is so much fun to watch. He's a player with a very bright future.
And it's Jayson Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul. Shot by Gordon, wide open. Off the left rim and out. Hayward finds Tice. The Celtics working the ball around now. Walker goes in, and he banks in the layup. Walker's got his second bucket tonight.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Now here's Fultz. The Magic again can't hit.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Here's Fournier. He's got 5. Buries it from three-point range.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
And there's Brown. That's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Nailed from three-point land.
And, you know, when it comes to carving up the defense, Fournier, very clever, especially in the pick and roll, where they don't have any idea what to do with it.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first. The mid-range jump shot, you've talked about this a lot, is still valuable if you can hit it with consistency.
Yeah, and if it's a quality shot, Kevin, I think you should shoot it. Move the defense, move the ball to get a quality shot, and I think one of the very best at knocking down the mid-range jump shot, Kevin Durant clearly. But how about Chris Middleton? Elite mid-range jump shooter, and DeMar DeRozan as well has a strong mid-range game too.
So for the Magic, Ahmed Bamba, he's checked in for Vucevic. Terrence Ross comes in for Isaac. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Fultz. And a new group in for the Celtics. Enes Kanter's checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Jayson Tatum. Smart's checked in for Gordon Hayward. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. Now here is Augustine. He's coming off a 16-point game against Chicago. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. Now the book, Greg, is the same for Enes Kanter as it's always been. Great score inside, but his defense leaves you wanting.
And Kevin, at this point, he is who he is. I mean, for better or worse. Kanter is still a force off the bench to give a team some post presence in their second unit, but not sure he'll ever be a player to build around. And you talk about the best defensive head coaches in the league, Steve Clifford has to be on that short list.
I would agree with you, partner. I mean, his teams play hard, they play smart, they play with discipline, and that usually is a reflection of the coach, and a good one.
Williams with the block. Here's Wanamaker. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists now in this one. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Boston.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Boston leading by 12. Here's Wanamaker. Off target from the wing. Orlando's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
And so Wanamaker will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. And he makes that one.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here is Augustine. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. No good from Ross.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
In the corner, Smart with it. Cantor trying to free himself up. Smart misses. The Magic trail by 12. Now Augustine. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Yeah, he's owning them on the offensive end, but, you know, he can't do it by himself.
Smart. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
They get it again. Celtics leading by 11. Here's Brown, and finished off by Brown.
Boy, there's a lot to like about the attitude of Brown. If he sees a fast break opportunity, he's taking full advantage of it in a heartbeat.
Orlando's gone 4-7 from 3-point range so far in the first. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown. The Magic making a switch here. Ennis is checked in.
James Ennis.
Gordon dishes to Bamba. Gordon kicks to Augustine. Shot by Ennis. Nobody around. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Again, the Celtics good for 2.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
I love that mid-range shot, Greg. It's definitely given the defenders something extra to think about.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Here is Augustine. Marcus Smart picking up that last basket. Ross on the wing. Tries it from 19. The shot, no good. Now Boston takes it the other way. Here's Brown, and plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And Orlando called for the foul.
Well, I like the fact that the energy that Brown plays with makes him a guy that does a good job getting to the line.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good from Brown.
And the vertical that Brown has is quite impressive. As relentless a finisher that you'll find in this league.
Carter Williams, he's checked in for Orlando. And a change for the Celtics. Williams, he's checked in for Williams. And Brown drops them both.
Yeah, and early on doing a really nice job at the free throw line.
Yeah, getting to the line and converting, Greg, that's the big thing. It's always good when you can do that because it stabilizes your offense.
Ennis. Once again off the mark, Orlando. Celtics leading by 16. Williams attacking. Basket good.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
In the corner, it's Gordon. Here's Bamba. Got it. Good job in the low post.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Here's Ennis. Marcus Smart picking up that last basket. Ross for 3. It's good from long range.
And that's where Ross has been most efficient. Raining it off the catch. Love it.
Here's Wanamaker, and it's Boston with another.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Greg, they keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Robert Williams. That's his first foul. And here is Carter Williams. He's still scoreless so far in this one. 1 second left, and that shot was up in time but doesn't go in. And an overpowering first quarter effort, already a double-digit advantage. Celtics lead by 17. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. Gordon Hayward reunited with his college coach Brad Stevens. He said they go way back.
Our relationship started when I was in high school. He came to my morning workouts and really recruited me at Butler and was kind of the first guy that I think believed in me that I could make it to the next level.
And I'm sure, Greg, that relationship played a big role in Hayward deciding to join the Boston Celtics.
And not just a connection, but a respect. Hayward now a veteran in this league, while Stevens has moved into the conversation for one of the better young coaches in our league.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And guys, we've seen the Celtics really take control here.
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
Gordon and Bamba, the combo inside. Carter Williams is out there with Terrence Ross. And it's Ennis in at the 3. That's who's out there for Orlando. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, for Nick Vucevic, there were some great firsts last season. His son Philip was born in December. And then Dad made his first All-Star appearance. Nick is from a basketball family. He said, "I'll enjoy telling my son the stories, like my dad did with me. We'll see if he likes the game of basketball." I think he will. Kevin?
Well, DA, it's certainly in his genes. Thanks for that report. Now here's Carter Williams after Enes Kanter's miss. Shot clock at 5. Down low. Here's Bamba. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Bamba's got his second basket of the night.
Well, he's a very effective scorer from there. Bamba's excellent at using his size to his advantage.
Smart misses. The Magic trail by 15. Right side, Gordon. Williams with the block. But they get it back. Carter Williams kicks to Ennis. Orlando moving the ball around. Stolen by Smart. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Now here's Ennis. Defense is right there. And there's the pass to Gordon. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
It's never easy in the NBA, folks. I mean, great job by Gordon to just dismiss the contact and still score.
And it's in there. Wanamaker's got 8 points.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Here's a look at the schedule for the Orlando Magic. On Sunday, they'll host the Charlotte Hornets. Then on Tuesday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons.
And when you look at the Kings matchup, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Mark, you were so good at such an early age in your basketball career. At what point did you personally realize just how far the game could take.
You know, it really resonated with me, Kevin, I think at a summer basketball camp in Miami of Ohio when some of the better campers, high school campers, were asked to play with the college guys at night. And then during pickup games in my hometown of Cleveland with some of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow and Mike Mitchell, and being able to compete somewhat with those guys at 15 and 16 years of age and having them encourage me to keep going and that I'd have a chance to do what they were doing at the time, which was play pro ball.
So for the Magic, Vucevic, he's checked in for Mohamed Bamba. Jonathan Isaac comes in for Gordon, and Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Terrence Ross. The Celtics also changing it up. Tatum, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Hayward comes in for Brown, and it's Kemba Walker in for Smart.
What a wingspan Isaac has. I mean, this guy is incredible at denying shots, and he loves to do it.
Pass to Fultz, to the left wing. Now here's Enes, defended by Hayward. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Vucevic, and it's good for 2.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Carter Williams. 20 points for him last game against Chicago.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long.
And they're running. Here's Hayward. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. Hayward's got 11.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Now here's Isaac. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Man, I love how strong Tatum goes to the rack. When you give him room to get up, he's banging that thing.
Right wing. Enes has got space. Rebound Boston.
Boy, the defense got lucky there with him missing it, but they don't want to chance that again.
And Wanamaker gets it to go. Wanamaker's got 6 in the quarter. And it's the Magic with the ball, trailing by 19. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago. Here's Fultz on the money with the open jumper.
And, you know, Fultz has a consistent jumper, and when he's feeling it, it's lights out.
To the inside, Walker. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. And it's 8 points for Walker.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Pass to Vucevic. To the left side wing. Pass to Enes. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Carter Williams with the bucket.
And Carter Williams constantly keeps defenders guessing what he's going to do. The floater, when used right, is a devastating shot, and every guard needs to have it in his book bag. Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
And so Wanamaker will bring it up for the Celtics. They lead by 17. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks. Moves on moves. Greg, that's Jayson Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Tatum.
You know, there's no question about it. Tatum's ceiling is really sky high. Now it's up to him to meet those huge expectations, and I think he will.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Evan Fournier comes in for Ennis, and DJ Augustine subbed in for Carter Williams. Boston also with a sub. Tice is checked in. And so Tatum nails them both. Clark, it seems that guards are rebounding now more than ever. What do you make of that trend?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a function of how the game is played. More and more teams play small ball, where they really don't have a big guy out there or a traditional center out there. You may have guards and wings, and oftentimes your tallest guy might be 6'8". So it makes it important for guards and everybody to rebound the ball. So I think you see more guards getting more rebounds because of teams playing small ball as a function of the three-point shot's importance in the game.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and tool set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
While we've got a moment, let's check out the best defenses in the NBA. The Celtics second, fourth, the Magic.
And we're getting to watch two of the NBA's great defensive teams. I mean, very difficult to score as they both contest every shot.
And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, you know, Greg, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster.
Orlando shooting their first free throws of the game.
Shooting two. Nikola Vucevic.
And he makes the first.
Well, we've seen Vucevic expand his offensive repertoire, guys, adding to his old school post game. He's now demonstrating perimeter shooting and playmaking ability, and that's opening some eyes.
Williams, he's checked in for Boston. And both free throws good for Vucevic. And Clark, as Vucevic has stepped out from that mid-range to beyond the arc, it's paying dividends.
Yeah, not only is he shooting the three-point shot when he steps out there, but it spaces the floor and opens up things for his teammates, and he's proven himself to be a pretty good passer. The face-up game proving just as effective as his post-up game, which makes him a hard cover.
Here's Fultz following the bucket by the Celtics. Another miss by Orlando.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. On defense, Orlando. Here's Tatum. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got assist number 8 now on the night. Now here's Fultz. Defense right on him. Got a hand on it, but they recover it. Isaac kicks to Fournier. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
3 triples in the first quarter, but he's yet to knock one down here in the second.
Love when Tatum puts it on the floor now. Superb at driving right to the basket and has excellent speed to get there.
Now here is Augustine. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. He dishes it to Fultz. And that one, good.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
Got that one up quick.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
You know, your assumption would be that he'd be at a big disadvantage in that matchup, but you'd be assuming wrong.
And so here's Orlando after the basket by Boston from 12 feet out. It's hauled in by Wanamaker. Boston shooting nearly 70% from the floor. They are putting on a clinic offensively. Shots good by Williams.
And usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
Augustine with it. Outside Fournier. There's the 3. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
And let's see, guys, if that triggers another little explosion from him after hitting 3 triples in that first quarter.
And it goes down 2 points.
And, you know, Walker is really good at muscling his way through the defense. Tough to stop on the way up.
Here's Augustine. Kemba Walker making his last shot. The pass to Fournier. There's the triple. Augustine, no luck.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Here's Augustine following the bucket by the Celtics. Outside Fournier. Over in the corner, Isaac from past the arc. Offensive rebound. Vucevic, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and power.
Terrence Ross is checked in for Markelle Fultz. And a change for the Celtics. Smart's checked in. Puts it up off the inbound. And good that time. 16 points for Evan Fournier.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trailing in this game, now is not the time to start playing conservatively. I mean, if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you've got to play freely and with confidence.
Here's Fournier. Marcus Smart picking up that last basket. Vucevic to the pass to Fournier.
And Fournier is really a total play. I mean, complete. A scorer who can really get up for the occasional slam.
Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
Just playing with poise and confidence, man. They continue to put points on the board.
Well, I like the way they're playing. A very smart first half. Quality shots, not wasting possessions.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for Vucevic, and Gordon subbed in for Isaac. Jaylen Brown's checked in for the Celtics. Now, here's Bamba. Poked loose. Back to Gordon. Pulls up on the wing. That shot off the mark. Now the Celtics take it the other way.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Fournier's shot is off. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Celtics. And there's Brown. That's good on the assist by Williams. 14 points for Jaylen Brown.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Fournier in the corner, beyond the arc. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
And what a huge
performance for him. I mean, he drained 3 3-pointers in that first quarter, and he's got 2 more here in the second.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they need to continue to press that advantage. They've got to get back to that. Don't go away from that. It's been working so well for him. Stay with it.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Evan Fournier.
And that one falls for Fournier.
Out of France, the sharp-shooting Fournier, an important player to this team because of his scoring ability.
Cantor checked in for the Celtics. And so Fournier nails both of them.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Austin with the ball. Here's Williams. Orlando grabs the miss.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Fournier gets a wide open look, and good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. Augustine's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And the 3 off target. And so it's Boston, holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Clifford. What was the biggest problem for your guys in the first half?
Well, you know what? We're a defensive team first, and we've been good defensively. We've been organized. We weren't that in that first half, and that's what we got to concentrate to get the game going back our way.
See if you revert back to your form in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It was all Jayson Tatum in the first quarter. He had 32 points and 1 assist. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
You can see working out with Kobe Bryant has been great for Jayson Tatum. A better ball handler now, able to create space off the dribble. He looked like an old pro in the first half.
Shaq, what'd you think about Orlando?
Well, they gave up too many good looks. Look at the field goal percentage against them. This tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively, not enough disruption, Ernie. Like Kenny disrupts me all the time, not enough disruption.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go over there.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, guys, Jayson Tatum has really been making it happen.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half, and he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Guys, he's been in beast mode down low, asserting his will. The defense has been helpless, unable to slow him down.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And for the Celtics, they're shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Fultz. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Right side, Gordon. Clock at 6. And they double up Gordon. Here's Fultz. And Boston with the rebound. Hayward's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Well, Orlando shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all.
You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
Ring shot on the way. Kept alive by Boston. Brown. It's deflected. Fournier passes to Fultz. He's looking for Gordon and finds him. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And, you know, over time, Gordon's offensive game has evolved. I mean, he's capable of getting it going from anywhere now.
Tice, no good. You know, Greg, when he came into the league, Hayward looked so young. You almost don't recognize him now.
I mean, the suit of armor from his time in the weight room and the hair looking sharp to match.
Now, here's Walker. He's got 14. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Stuffing that stat sheet, Kemba Walker can't grade out much better than what he's done tonight.
Here's Fultz. He's got 8. Outside Fournier. Back to Fultz. From the top of the key. Up again. And it's put back in by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 8 points.
Oh, it's so smart and relentless on the offensive glass. Seems to me that Vucevic has that extra sense of tracking down missed shots. Seems to just have a nose for the ball.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the 3rd quarter. And the basket by Isaac. He has 5.
Well, you know what? I think you've got to have that shot in your game, even if you are a big guy now. And Isaac demonstrating that he does have that in his game.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
In the corner, it's Gordon. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got assist number 8 here in this one already. Here's Brown. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
And Brown is quite aggressive. I mean, a masterful penetrator who can take it to defenders when he drives.
Now, here's Fournier. He's got 27. Hits it from 3-point range.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved. Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Tice finds Walker. And it's sent back by Isaac. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The 6th pick back in 2017, 6'10" Jonathan Isaac out of Florida State. Greg, what have you seen from him?
Came in somewhat raw. Potential as a rangy defender. Offensively, though, still a ways to go.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Isaac.
Well, you know, he's still listed at 6'10", but when you see him standing next to teammates, guys, Jonathan Isaac is clearly taller. By the time he's done growing, he's projected to be a 7-footer or north of that.
Michael Carter-Williams checked in for Fultz. Robert Williams, he's checked in for Boston. Brad Wanamaker comes in for Kemba Walker. And so he hits both. And Isaac doesn't want that 7-footer label, something we've seen before with the guys like Garnett and Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I agree. There are a couple of things that go into that when you talk about guys not wanting to be listed at 7 feet. He grew up playing on the perimeter and still has an attachment to that part of his game. And I think there's also the feeling if you're listed at 7 feet, you're going to get stuck inside. But even more than that, folks tend to look at you differently when you're a 7-footer because you appear to be out of the norm in a major way.
The Magic trail by 20. And it's Jayson Tatum with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And the Magic making a change here. Ennis is checked in.
James Ennis.
Pass to Gordon. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Vucevic, and it's put back in by Vucevic.
Vucevic is known as being an excellent offensive rebounder, in part because he does such a good job at getting the ideal position for these putback throwdowns.
Now Gordon, 26 points for him. To the wing right side, the tray, and the basket by Isaac. Isaac's got 12.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Here's Wanamaker. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah, you know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Now here's Gordon. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Here's Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
It's not a problem at all for Tatum to punch it down. Length and athleticism makes the flush an easy shot.
And here is Carter Williams. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Outside Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Ross is checked in for Orlando. Smart's checked in for the Celtics.
Here's a look at some stats for Jayson Tatum. He's been dominant over the last month. He's averaging 28 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And you can't downplay the importance of good size off the bench.
Space invader, a big guy who simply holds his ground and makes opponents work around him. That's good stuff.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Boston timeout call.
Stand up on my shoulders, tell me what you see. 'Cause I am a giant. We'll be breaking borders underneath our feet. I am the giant.
chance to check out some stats for Gordon. The past month has been surreal. 15th in assists, and don't forget top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And he really is the consummate playmaker, always keeping his head on a swivel, searching for the open man, completely unselfish basketball player. Vucevic with the bucket.
Vucevic possesses what I call a throwback big man game and really is most comfortable operating from this area of the court.
Nice shot by Smart.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And the 6'7" swingman, Terrence Ross, the number 8 pick out of Washington.
Well, you know, the shooting and leaping ability of Ross, phenomenal. I mean, I think the defensive end is where he can solidify his game and really improve. He's got all the tools, though, to be an excellent two-way player.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. Boston leading by 20. Here's Smart. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
And for people who would like to see Smart take fewer threes, that mid-range J is a welcome sight.
Shoots a fader. Kept alive. Here's Vucevic. Williams with the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. Bamba is checked in for James Ennis. Here's Carter Williams. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Boy, you've got to love seeing Carter Williams drain the jump shot. I mean, definitely a part of his game that he's looking to consistently improve as time goes on. Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Here are the Magic now, following the bucket by the Celtics. Here's Vucevic. Excellent D there from Williams.
Boy, that's a look he has to finish, and he knows it. Blown opportunity.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
Now here's Carter Williams. He has 6. Vucevic finds Gordon. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Smart. Hayward with the ball. Now guarded by Vucevic.
You know, guys, Tatum's ability to rise into his jump shot makes him hard to defend for just about all defenders.
And it's Carter Williams with the ball for the Magic. Magic moving the ball around. A look from Gordon. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. Gordon's got 7 points here in this quarter. Hayward outside. Left block shot on the way. And it's Boston with another.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
A nice shot by Tatum.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
Orlando's gotten 12 of their points from long range in the third quarter, going 4 of 5 shooting. Bamba in the high post. Sweet little floater. Bamba's got 8 points.
You love to see your point guard serving it up and sharing the sugar. Carter Williams really putting an emphasis on getting the rock to his teammates.
The shot's good from Gordon Hayward.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now, shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Bamba wide open, and he fires. Hits the three-point bomb. 11 points in the game.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
And it's the Magic with the ball. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. And the Magic making a change here. Augustine's checked in. Cantor checked in for the Celtics. Williams comes in for Jayson Tatum. Augustine passes to Gordon. Now here is Augustine. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. For the three. Rebound, Boston. Cantor's got 6 rebounds in the game. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's foul number 2 for him. Fultz, he's checked in for Orlando. A challenging stretch here for Orlando. Augustine dishes to Fultz. That's good from Augustine. The assist from Fultz.
Really like the quick decision-making of Fultz there, Kevin. Excellent at surveying the floor for the open teammate.
Hayward finds Cantor. And Bamba pulls it down. Bamba's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Augustine, that's good.
And Augustine has that thing on the string now. This dude has rush hour handles gliding through the defense with speed and tightness.
He gets it in there.
Assist goes to
1:14 left here in the third quarter. Williams has gone 4 for 5 from the floor tonight. Just 1 miss. And he lobs it up.
You know, that kind of unselfishness, guys, from Augustine is really infectious, especially when it's coming from your point guard.
Here's Hayward. No good on the shot. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. Here's Fultz. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Here's Brown. And that one goes long. The Magic trail by 19. Here's Augustine. That one's not going to go. Good work defensively by Smart. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 4 assists now tonight.
And they're leaning on the mid-range right now. That's 6 of their last 10 from that area.
Augustine with it. Launches a 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Augustine's got 7 now in this quarter.
Augustine is a real sniper from beyond the arc. You give him these kinds of looks, you're going to regret it.
Count that one. Here's Bamba, and the dunk by Bamba.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
What a performance for Jayson Tatum. He has been the story so far for the Boston Celtics. This has been a remarkable game for him offensively. Anytime you get over the 40-point mark, it's been a special, special day. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense too, Greg. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. And so in the game for the Magic, Gordon and Bamba, the combo inside. Fournier and Ross, they're the wings, and it's Fultz in at the point guard position.
Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
It's stolen by Green. It's hauled in by the Magic. Outside Fournier. Ross with a wide open look. Off target from outside. Celtics leading by 20. Here's Green. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Green's got his first points of the game. And it's the Magic with the ball. Passes to Ross. The basket good off the assist from Fultz.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
How frustrating for the defense. You get the stop, but then fail to block out.
Well, you know, that's the way it's going to be for them today, fellas. Can't sustain any momentum.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Here is Edwards. The Magic getting the bucket. Bamba with the block.
Boy, great timing and awareness there from Bamba. He sends shots away on the daily.
Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for Mohamed Bamba. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Shots good by Walker.
That jumper is pure as white snow. Walker's always had the talent. Now you can see the consistent mechanics.
Now here's Fournier, and finished off by Fultz.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
Now here's Fultz. Fournier in the corner. Offline with his 3.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Green. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Boston.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've also jumped on any opportunity they've had to attack the basket tonight. I mean, excellent penetration.
The Magic making a switch here. Vucevic is checked in. And the free throw, no good. Regarding super teams, Clark, you and I have talked a lot about this. Many fans view them in a negative light, but they're actually something we've seen around in this game for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. So often we become prisoners of the present and we forget about what transpired in the past, but the Celtics in the 60s were as dominant as any team in the history of the game. The Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s. But I guess fans...
Oh, my goodness! What a play!
Yeah, we saw this on display in the slam dunk contest. Gordon has some major bunnies, a creative slam dunk artist.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. And the number 1 pick in 2017, Markelle Fultz out of Washington, 6'4". Clark, you think he's more of a point guard or a 2?
Well, you know, at Washington, Kevin, I thought he showed the ability to score and assist at a high level. Coming out of college, I thought he had a chance to be really dynamic in both areas. Time will tell if that's the case, but I think playing the point could take some of the pressure off of his shot as he regains confidence in that part of his game.
And I can't tell what's real no more. What are you trying to conceal, bro? I thought it might feel to sit on 10 toes. They got it. It's all mental, all in your head every time. Slow on that road, but I still don't slip. Moonwalk like Mike Jack through water. If the sky falls, I bet I catch you. It's destiny. Don't mind me, I'm out here doing what I'm supposed to.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Daniel Tice is checked in for Williams. Gordon Hayward comes in for Green, and Marcus Smart is subbed in for Edwards. To the right side. Here's Cantor, and some very quick points for him on that possession.
Assistant, Daniel Tice.
Clark, the relationship between referees and players reaching a fever pitch. What can be done to smooth those waters and mend those fences?
Well, I think first and foremost, players have to give. Both sides have to give in this equation, but I think it's incumbent upon the players to accept and respect the position of the officials, and the officials have to also be willing to engage in interacting well with the players. It's a two-way street, but I think most of that is on the players because they have to control how they respond to officials more than officials have to respond to the play. You look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Yeah, the clever Frenchman, Fournier, solid at recognizing when the defense isn't covering one of his teammates.
Wasted no time on that one. 10 points for Enes Kanter.
Well, he's been a different player here in the second half, looking much more comfortable on the offensive end.
Here's Fultz, and it's Orlando with another.
You know, Fultz has a nice feel for when to let the mid-range J go. I mean,
showing a real desire to make this a deadly part of his game.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
Tell you what, those are crazy numbers, guys. I mean, believe me, I was a good rebounder in my day. It is not easy to corral that many boards in one night.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Now here's Ennis, defended by Tice, and it's blocked. Hayward goes in. Good for the basket, number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Here's Ennis. Hayward comes with the double team. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That's his first foul. Clark, at the college level, a coach was recently offered a lifetime contract. Think we'll ever see that in the NBA?
Well, you can't quite say never.
Right.
I said in college basketball, I never thought in my lifetime I'd see a 16 beat a 1 seed. So never say never, but it's not going to happen.
Well, but you've got a lifetime contract doing this, so I guess it does happen in some quadrants.
Well, you got information that I don't have.
Ennis, good.
James Ennis, 2 points.
Celtics leading by 22. Here's Tice. Another possession, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. And it's Carter Williams with the ball for the Magic.
Oh, I like how Carter Williams spreads the ball around. I mean, he opens up a lot of opportunities for his guys to shoot it.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Handle lights all black like a Batman. Dribble too much, ooh, who is that, man? It's too easy like I'm shooting in a trash can. I'm still ballin' even if I get a bad pass. All I do is put up numbers like a mad pass. Ain't go really get $1 million that. Put your name and your ankles on a hashtag. Oh, I think I lost your ankles, get the maps app. You gon' have to run this back like a halfback. I got everybody talking like a blue chat. They was sleeping on that boy, let it. I make everybody fall off. Handle lights all black like a Batman. Dribble too much, ooh, who is that, man? Put your name and your ankles on a hashtag. This too easy, it's like shooting on a trash can. Ooh.
Watch shoot this boy from Winnie, bro. I swear I had no catch a car. I drop you, pull up, then I pop. Always hit the target, bro.
Boston making a switch here. Tatum's checked in. Boston leading by 22. Walker goes in, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Walker's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, despite the slight frame and slim build, Walker has good strength. I mean, he's determined to get to the basket, even when they get physical with him.
Here's Fultz, and it's blocked. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession.
Magic
Orlando's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Clock at 4. Pass to Vucevic. From deep.
And, you know, they're losing in large part because he's not playing well. It's really as simple as that.
Here's Tatum. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And Orlando the other way now. Here's Fournier, drilled from 11 feet out. Fournier's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And when Fournier gets rolling, watch out now. A high percentage shooter. He's very gifted at getting the looks he wants out there.
Smart misses. The Magic shooting 55% in the fourth. They are executing late. Here's Fultz. Misses off the left iron.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Clark, do you think we in the media overemphasize championship rings when talking about an individual player's legacy?
Yeah, I think when you talk about an individual player's legacy, a player can be a champion without a championship ring. I know there's another level of champion which includes a championship ring, and sometimes it gets distorted in my estimation because an individual only has so much impact on a team being a championship team. There are no individual team champions. Teams win championships. Being a key player or a role player on the championship team is certainly worthy of recognition and being held in high esteem, but I don't like to see championship caliber players being diminished in the court of public opinion because they didn't win a team championship ring.
Like Stockton and Malone.
Exactly. You could go down the list of number of guys who just weren't, for whatever reason, able to get the ultimate in a team championship, but had championship Hall of Fame careers.
Tatum, another one goes. Incredible.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. And Vucevic kicks to Fultz. Right at the free throw line. It's good. Fultz has got 6 in the quarter.
Man, I love the energy Fultz plays with, Kevin. I mean, when he's deep in the paint, he's really comfortable going up to shoot it.
Good on the shot. 22 points for Walker. And it's the Magic with the ball. And the pass to Vucevic. Back to Fultz. Here's Isaac. It's rebounded by Tice. And it's Smart with the ball for Boston. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Well, one thing you've got to know about Kemba Walker is that this guy can go off at any time. A dynamic scorer that also possesses the killer instinct. And when he gets it going, watch out. It can snowball into a dominating performance.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. And for Walker, who stayed 3 years at UConn, Clark, he just keeps getting better on the offensive end.
Boy, Kemba Walker is one of the most dynamic little guys we've had in the league in its history. I mean, his ability to score from outside and inside, really hard to match and quite special. He's the type of player who always is surprising you on the upside.
Here's Augustine. Bamba passes to Birch. It's stolen by Tice. Nice shot by Smart. Smart's got 20.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Here's a 1-2. No good again that time.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Tatum's shot is off. And for the Magic, their shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. Augustine against Smart. Augustine passes to Bamba. The putback, it's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
Terrific awareness that time from Walker. Nice job getting his open teammates the rock.
Magic shooting at 42% in this final quarter. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need the basket. Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Wasted no time on that one. Tatum's got 54 points.
Tatum's got a nice jump shot. When he's in rhythm, you feel like he's going to make it every time he shoots it.
Here's Birch. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
Full throttle, pedal to the metal, attacking basketball. I like that.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. Mark, do you think the NBA should consider expanding the use of replay? I know you personally hate to slow the game down, but you also want the calls to be correct.
Well, it depends on the circumstances, Kevin. I like the fact that replay is available and it helps enhance the ability of the officials to get calls correct. Expanding the use of replay, though, has to be done very judiciously. There are a couple of areas, goaltending would be one, where you take a look to see if that's the case. But I think flow of game takes priority over trying to get every single call right just because you think technology gives you a chance to do that.
Orlando with the ball. Birch the pass to Augustine. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
You know, Augustine, when he's attacking, playing downhill, trying to score, it puts a lot of pressure on the defense and puts him in a tough spot guarding him.
DJ Augustine.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
And, you know, the speedy Augustine is really an excellent teammate and a dependable role player, a veteran presence who can really stroke it.
Both free throws, good from Augustine. Fans are always trying to distract opposing players during free throws. Have you ever seen that work in an arena?
No, I think it's just a nice workout for the fans, Kevin, quite honestly. I mean, if a guy misses, it's not because the fans have gone crazy behind the basket. It's because he shot it left or right or short or long. It's not because of the fans being on top of him, at least in my opinion.
Right. Here's Augustine bringing it up now for Orlando.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Boston.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. Yes. What a night tonight it was for Jayson Tatum.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Aminu with the bucket.
Boy, from the looks of it, it appears the defense is fine with him taking that shot, but he makes them pay when they do.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Yep, it counts. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 10 assists. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're in front by 29. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Let's hear it, fans!
You're gonna need a bigger boat, boys. You're in trouble. Hey, gonna need a little hope, boys. On the double. Hey, you're about to win a tree here. She ain't talk to me. Maybe listen to the man that really guys is on the bottom. Copy paper, baby. We broke for you. You can't fulfill it, but a pure absence of hope can do. Only the leap you blame it brings him the proof. Instead of the wings, will be the dawners. Hope they broken you. Yeah, they better hope that. I'm a full force of the full fast. See the whole floor what?
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jayson Tatum.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. Here's Edwards. Again, the Celtics good for two.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
And Bamba pulls it down. Here's a 1-2. Augustine from outside. Rebound by Williams. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Owen, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.